Alrighty. So this is now risen and has risen really well, as you can see. Like it's very, very airy inside. Right? Good. So now what we want to do, traditionally, we need this. Yeah, actually we do. This is one of those Italian breads which is actually rolled out by a rolling pin. Rolling pins in German are called Nudelholz, which literally means noodle wood or noodle rollers. That's because they were originally used to roll out sheets for pasta. And there's your gluten matrix. Look at that. And that is how strong the dough has become. There you go. Okay, so in a lot of breads, at this stage what people say is that you just deflate the dough, fold it in and pull it out. You don't really want to do that unless you don't care about the crumb structure inside. So I would suggest you take it out right now, like I did with a bit of bench scraping and things like that. Okay, good. So now what we want to do is we want to start rolling out this guy. Make sure you dust it well, and I definitely suggest at this point for dusting to use semolina macinata, which would be very, very fine semolina or rava. So the finest rava that you get in India is called Bombay rava. This one is if you would put Bombay rava through the machine again. It's that fine. Actually, वो पानीपुरी रवे वाले पानीपुरी बनते हैं ना, फाइन रवा से, वो वाला रवा होता है ये. Okay, so now here is the thing. When the focaccia dough is stretched out, there is a specific fold that is done before it is stretched, and we are going to do that fold. Okay, this is the length, this is the breadth. So usually for baguette etc you fold on the length. No, you don't do that here. Okay, make your seam. Okay, perfect. There it is. And now we start rolling it out. And believe me, this dough, because it's only 58% hydration, is hard to roll. Oh boy. The dough is cold, so when I was working, didn't realize that the temperature inside has dropped. So outside it is 27.7 and inside it's only 21 degrees. The dough should actually be at around 25 to 26 degrees. And that is why. And the thing is that even those 3-4 degrees of difference, you can feel it in the stretchability of the dough. Yeah, now a bit of work by hand adds a bit of heat. So here's a little thing that you might want to keep in mind. When you're kneading dough, you're adding between 4 to 7 degrees of heat, depending on how long you knead the dough. So you're raising the temperature of the dough by between 4 to 7 degrees. Okay. Now, sheet pan time. This is a sheet pan already oiled with olive oil. Here's a little trick, okay? Take a bit of your dusting flour, which is semolina in now, and from as high as you can go, dust it. You're going to get a uniform coverage the higher you go, because R square law, baby. Conic sections. The flour comes out from between your fingers as a cone. Now, always lift your dough from on top of your hands and not from the bottom of them. Okay, good. Now we want to start stretching it out all the way up until the end, and then we will create borders before we let it proof for the final time. So at this point the dough is going to be a little bitchy. It's going to complain, नहीं जाना मुझे end तक नहीं जाना. मुझे साइड लोअर बर्थ नहीं चाहिए. गांड मरा जाओ. And if you guys think that, hey, this entire procedure looks very similar to what one would make a Sicilian pizza or a grandma pie, yeah, pretty much, except that this guy has malt. It has what else does it have? Olive oil. So much of olive oil, so much fat inside. Pizza dough doesn't have that much. Technically, pizza dough should not have any oil in them, in it inside. This is a painstaking process for inexperienced bakers like me. So I'm pushing more of the dough forward so I get more volume on the side to stretch it to the sides. Huh? Yeah, almost, na? हो रहा है. Good. Now, spray. Okay. We will spread it one more time. Now that there is water, that water is going to help us a bit. And smoothen it out as much as you can. Don't worry about it. It'll smooth more when it rises. Okay, so we're gonna leave this and come back to it in, well, whenever it has risen to double its current volume.